extend its sincere thanks to all today's match sponsors. The club's main sponsors are Asda, whose superstore in Leigh is situated directly across Atherley Way from Hilton Park. Today's match sponsors are Keegan's Opticians of 20 Market Street, Leigh, and our match ball sponsors are the Casa Bruno Italian Restaurant of Chorley New Road, Horwich in Bolton. Today's programme sponsors are Bausch & Lomb, Eyewear Division UK Limited of London Road, Kingston upon Thames in Surrey. And our video sponsors are also Bausch & Lomb, Vision Care UK Limited, also of London Road, Kingston upon Thames in Surrey. We hope the people that have journeyed up from London for this afternoon's game have a good afternoon with the club. Today's mascot is Daniel Atkinson. Daniel is 8 and attends St Peter's Junior School. His main interests are going to the Cubs and playing sports. His favourite players are Towlicku and Tim Street, and Daniel recently won the Centurions Classroom Logo competition, and being mascot today is Daniel's prize. We hope that Daniel has a good afternoon with us as well.
Well, a very good afternoon, and on behalf of your cameraman Mike Speakman, show match commentator Derek Disley, welcome you to Hilton Park on this bank holiday Sunday for this afternoon's Division 2 fixture between the Leigh Centurions and the Doncaster Dragons. And in the picture at the moment is Daniel Atkinson, our mascot of the afternoon, with the third Leigh skipper in consecutive matches. Today it's the turn of David Lyon. Last week's skipper Tim Street suspended after being sent off after the final whistle at Chorley. So we'll quickly go through the sides for this afternoon. We'll start off with the Centurions. They line up at 1 David Lyon, 2 Andy Cheetham, 3 Jimmy Vicoso, 4 Alan Hadcroft, 5 Dean Purtill, 6 Alan Mason, 7 Sean Brown, 8 Towlicku, 9 Jonathan Quigley, 10 John Perigo, 11 Alex Kane, 12 Rob Ball and 13 Paul Daniel. And the substitutes for Leigh this afternoon are at 15 David Ingram, 16 Jason O'Loughlin, 17 David Hill and 18 Dean Conway. And just entering the field to make the toss-up today is Derek Watts, over here from Australia, a member of the Leigh side that won at Wembley 25 years ago. Treasured memories for the Leigh club. But the Doncaster Dragons line-up for this afternoon is 1 John Moore, 2 Alex Goulburn, 3 Mick Coult, 4 Andrew Ballot, 5 Mark Roach, 6 their skipper Brendan Carlisle, 7 Alex Green, 8 John Bruce, 9 Tony Chappell, 10 Andrew Young, 11 Matt Levine, 12 Andrew Sewell and 13 David Crimes. And the substitutes for the Dragons this afternoon are at 14 Howard Roberts, 15 Ernie Lake, 16 Neil Barron and 17 Steve Lidbury. Our match official is Mr David Asquith from York. So it's a Leigh side that comes into this afternoon's game following last week's humiliating defeat at Chorley. Something they will want to get out of their system very quickly to try and get something out of the remainder of this season, for which they were pre-season favourites for promotion. That is long gone. Just 2 victories to their credit so far this season. The 2 sides will change ends. It will be Leigh to kick off, playing from right to left. So Derek Watts leaves the field to a good round of applause. 1971 Cup winning side, of course, had a reunion this weekend. Now match official David Asquith gets today's game underway. Skipper Chappell is first to the ball, and it's the Dragons in possession from the kick-off. So good early defence from the Centurions. Good surge there coming in from Bruce. Chappell behind the play of the ball. Finds Green, he changes the direction. A good start by the visitors. Good tackle by Hadcroft though. But it's Doncaster looking quite bright in these opening minutes. Alex Green stopped on halfway. Chappell behind the play of the ball. Goes to the boot. Allowed to drift out by Purtill. So Leigh settling for head and ball at the first scrum of the game, just outside their own quarter line. But it will be Sean Brown to feed. And Leigh will certainly be looking for early points in this match to settle them down. Brown feeds the scrum. Leigh come up with the possession. Purtill's in the line. Good defence though by Ballot. Alan Mason restored to the standoff position this afternoon. Hands it on to Kane. He brings Hadcroft into it. Solid defence from Crimes. Quigley now finds Daniel. Good tackling from the two props, Bruce and Young. Quigley goes from acting half-back. Can't escape the clutches of Young. So now Leigh looking to make some space up centre field. They're on the last tackle. They're still 8 metres short of halfway. The ball is lost. Andy Cheetham claims it was ripped out. The referee gives a knock on. And head and ball at the scrum will go to the Doncaster Dragons. So Green feeds the scrum, comes up with the possession for the visitors. Not the best of passes. Big number 3, Mike Colt. So now the Dragons move it right. Second rower Sewell taking it up. Chappell behind the play of the ball. Green spins it out to Young. He's well stopped in centre field by Quigley and Daniel. Well, a loose pass picked up by Tauliku in the end. And a late tattle coming in there from Tony Chappell. First penalty of the game will go the Centurions' way. And the Dragons have a man down. Doncaster got good support with them this afternoon. You can probably hear that in the background. But at the moment, their number 10, Andrew Young, is down on the deck receiving treatment. David Lyon, when play continues, to take the kick for touch. So Leigh just 2 victories to their credit in this first season of summer rugby. Home victories against the Prescott Panthers and the York Vikings. Looking for win number 3 this afternoon. It looks as though it's a blood bin substitution. Ernie Lake has come on to replace Andrew Young. We can get the game underway now. The first penalty. David Lyon goes for touch. Finds a good touch on halfway. So what can Leigh capitalise on this position? First one in is Vicoso. He takes on Bruce. Bruce gets the better of him. Daniel now onto Liku. So a half break. Leigh keep it moving. It came off the hands of Mark Roach. The referee will call them back, I think, for the first knock on. Leigh should have head and ball at the scrum. Well, I don't agree with that, Mr. Asquith. It appeared that an interception was made by Roach. But the referee will stick with his decision. We'll have a third scrum of the game. So Alex Green feeds once more. Possession comes the Dragons' way. Colt comes into the line. Leigh defence stands its ground well. Good defence again by Leigh, holding the Dragons up 10 metres short of halfway. To the big number 8, Bruce now. It's brought down by a good tattle from Leigh. Well, they now look to move it along with Sewell once more. He stopped short of halfway. And Leigh are penalised for interference as they play the ball. Home supporters didn't like that one. Mr. Asquith gives the decision. And Doncaster fine touchdown in front of us. Here comes the substitute. Well, in fact, it's not Leigh, it's Neil Barron that's come on. Number 16, not number 15. And the ball is lost in the tackle. The referee doesn't consult his touch judge. Everything going the Dragons' way at the moment. Fullback Moore comes into the line. The Leigh defence is found wanting once again. Coult goes from acting half-back. Powerful surge. Leigh hold him up 5 or 6 metres out. Dragons looking for the first points of the afternoon. That's a terrible pass. Find its way to Green, though. Well, that must be crossing against Crimes. Ironical cheers from the home supporters as the decision goes their way. David Lyon will slow it down and kick for touch. And Lyon makes about 15 metres, just makes sure. Quigley with the tap. On to Adcroft. And the second penalty for not retiring the 10 metres. So Leigh will kick for touch once again. So skipper of the day, David Lyon. Finds a better kick this time. Drives the Dragons back a further 20 metres. This is the farthest Leigh have been in possession. Perrigo is first man in. Up to the quarter line. Quigley's behind the play of the ball. Lecoux goes without it. A free calls them back for the knock-on. Once again, Leigh players not happy, thinking it went backwards. I think on this occasion I must agree with Mr. Asquith. And Leigh win one against the head. That's a good scrum for Leigh to win. From to Bicoso, all the way across to Cheetham. And what a surprise that was. Leigh won the ball against the head and feet. 8 minutes on the watch. Andy Cheetham playing his first full game of the season. Gets his first try and Leigh's first points of the afternoon. The Centurions lead the Dragons. Well, he's disallowed it. The referee has disallowed it. Unbelievable scenes here at Hilton Park. Well, Mr. Asquith consulted his touch judge on that occasion, and the try is wiped out. The scoreline remains the same, 0-0. The Dragons come away from the scrum with the possession. And Mr. Asquith will not be the most popular man round Hilton Park. But it's the Dragons in possession. 10 metres outside their own quarter. Leigh have got to do it all again. So Green once more. Good pass to Sewell. Well, that was knocked on. The referee waves play on yet again. Unbelievable what's going on with these officials this afternoon. Come on, Mr. Asquith. So Chappell moves it left now to Green. On to Carlisle. He's keeping it moving again. Good hands. Good defence though by Lecoux. So now Dragons growing in confidence. One for Purtill to chase. Skips away from Goulburn. Can't get away from centre Mick Coult though. Well, Tony Chappell lying all over that tattle. Penalty time for Leigh. They want to get on with it quickly. Mr. Asquith pushing them further back. David Lyon finds touch, 5 metres outside the quarter line. So Quigley hands it on to Perigo. Good tattle coming in from Ballot. Quigley now finds Kane. Quigley again now, on to Daniel. Good defence though by Sewell. And another penalty for lying on at the tattle. It's Leigh's 5th penalty of the game. We've had 10.5 minutes. Still way to our first points. David Lyon finds touch on halfway. So it'll be Quigley with the tap once again. Licker is first man in. Stopped by his opposite number, Bruce. So Leigh 10 metres inside their opponent's half. Daniel looks to straighten it up. Claims for a high tattle now by the home supporters. Mr. Asquith will have none. Inside ball to Mason. Gets it away to Lyon. Leigh 30 metres out. It's now with Liku. Liku shrugs them off. Gets it away in the tattle to Cheetham. Good defence by Goulburn though on Hadcroft. Sean Brown now out to Mason. Mason skips through. It looked like an obstruction, but Leigh have got away with it. And Mason scores. Will he disallow this one? Certainly looked like a bit of shepherding for my money in centre field. Leigh get it away with it this time. The points are on the board for sure. Try scorer is Alan Mason, the club's leading try scorer. That's his 7th of the season. And this time Leigh do lead by 4 points to 0. So 12 minutes of the match gone. The Centurions get their game up and running. Alan Mason is the try scorer, and now Dean Purtill will attempt the conversion. So Purtill's first attempt of the afternoon. From the far touchline. The right side for him being a left-footed kicker. The ball falls off the sand mound. And the referee stops the clock. So Purtill addresses the kick. He's short with that one. So the Centurions lead 4 points to 0 here at Hilton Park in this Division 2 fixture, and we've had 13.5 minutes on the watch. So it'll be Sean Brown back on halfway with the restart. Carlisle takes that one, launches Levine on a run. Good defence by Leigh. Perigo and Lico make the stop. Good defence again. Here comes Sewell. 4 Leigh men there to greet him. Quigley's taking a knock though. So Green now tries to launch the substitute Neil Barron. Leigh loosening all their 4 substitutes up at the moment. Colt gets the ball away in the tattle to Roach. On the last tattle indicates the referee. Quigley receiving treatment in back play. Referee has called them back for the knock-on. And Leigh will have the first turnover of the game. So just 30 metres out. Kane plays it back to Brown. On to Liku. Liku makes 15 metres. Tattler was Levine. Now it's Rob Ball on the charge. He pushes Sewell out of the way. Good defence from Green. Leigh going forward, 15 metres out. Quigley's recovered. On to Brown, to Mason. Short ball, looked a little forward. Leigh got away with it though. Mason's long ball finds Adcroft. Adcroft gets away from the first attempted tackle by Ballot. Stopped in the end. Leigh want to get on with things. Quigley now to Perigord. Perigord takes them on. Leigh move it quickly, and Mason took his eye off it, drops it. Doncaster pick up the possession under their own post though. Oh, and a good clearing run coming in from Moore. Almost up to the quarter line before Leigh get him down. That's better defence from Leigh. So now it's Bruce bringing it up. Leigh have got to stop this ball in the tattle. Well, the referee has wiped the slate clean. Good defence brings down Carlisle. Rob Ball was having none of these dummies. Goulburn stopped a metre short of the touchline by Hadcroft. Now it's Sewell again. Stopped 5 metres short of halfway. So it's now Green again. Across to his skipper Carlisle. He finds Coult. He brings in Roach from the wing. Cheatham's up to it. Here comes loose forward Crimes. Gets the ball away in the tattle to Coult. Good defence, forces the arrow by Vicoso. Lickou picks up the pieces. Leigh have the possession back now with Brown. Well, that looked high from Bruce. Spotted by referee Asquith. Penalty number 6 for Leigh. Quick word to prop John Bruce from the referee, Mr. Asquith. David Lyon now will go for touch once again. Try and set up the position. He finds a good touch on the visitors' quarter line. Quigley's up quickly. Perigord will be first man in. Takes it into the quarter line. Just over 10 metres to go for the Centurions. Brown now on to Mason. To Vicoso. On to Lyon. Well read though by wingman Goulburn. Leigh trying to work the moves now. Mason hands it on to Ball. Ball stopped by Levine. Quigley goes from acting half-back, almost catches them out. Good defence in the end from the Dragons. Brown now. Kick will come in, and it's dropped on by Barron. Leigh weren't quick enough with the response. Coult will lead the counter. Vicoso makes a good stop. The Dragons now looking for space. Good runners here. Leigh defence is up to it. Good atmosphere in Hilton Park this afternoon. Great hands, finds Goulburn out on this side. Good defence from Pertil though. The youngster was up to that one and showed Goulburn the touchline. Caught him from behind to make the tackle. So Andrew Young has returned to the fold. Neil Barron has gone back to the bench. Young is strapped up, looks like a head wound. Leigh tried to feed the scrum. Daniel comes out from behind the scrum with the ball. Mr. Asquith got a little in the way of the Leigh planned move on that occasion. So Pertil now looks for space. Flying tackle comes in from Ballot. Quigley now on to Lickou. Lickou comes back into the ruck, stopped by Sewell. Quigley now on to Kane. And surge from the youngster, takes it up to halfway. Quigley now on to Brown, to Mason. Mason tries to step inside Levine, but Levine and Bruce are up to that one. Quigley now goes to the boot in the end. Comfortable one for Moore to take though. And Adcroft makes the stop. Beg your pardon, it's Cheatham, and now Leigh are caught offside. Only the second penalty Leigh have conceded in this opening 20 minutes. We're a quarter way through this Division 2 fixture, and the Centurions still lead the Dragons by 4 points to 0. So it's Chapel now with the tap, brings in Crimes. They're going to be pulled out, I think, for a high tattle. Alex Kane, the man being spoken to by the referee. So Leigh conceded 2 penalties in quick succession. This time Chapel takes the kick, and he'll take the tap as well. First man in will be Bruce. It's good defence from Leigh. The Dragons 30 metres out. Taken up now by Sewell. It's a good tattle low down from Perigo. Chapel behind the play, the ball on to Green. Green looks for a runner. Finds Young. Leigh are penalised for ball pinching. Alan Mason the guilty party. Oh, Leigh concede a needless penalty so close to their own line. Tony Chapel may go for points from this position. Travelling Dragons supporters would want their side to run it. Common sense is prevailing for them. Tony Chapel will attempt to get them on the scoreboard. So that'll be Chapel's first attempt of the game. So with his first attempt, Tony Chapel gets his side's first points of the game. There's 22 minutes gone here at Hilton Park, and it's now a scoreline of Leigh Centurions 4 points, Doncaster Dragons 2. So it's Tony Chapel, and we kick the goal back on halfway with a restart now. It's good distance on that one. Aldcroft takes it on his own try line. Skips past the attempted tattle of Crime, gets over the quarter line before Sewell brings him down. Now Paul Daniel leads the charge for the Centurions. Well, that was a high tattle coming in from Chapel. Penalty number 7 for the Centurions. And skipper David Leigh will go for touch once again. Puts it out on halfway, and it'll be Quigley with the tap. First man in will be Liku. Liku gets away from one, upended by the second, who's taking a knock. Brown now on to Perigo. Perigo finds good space. Now Leigh from 30 metres out. Quigley to Brown, to Mason, back to Brown. Inside ball to Daniel. Great defence though from Young. Line goes down the short side. Vicoso puts the kick into space. Scrambled over the in-goal area by full-back Moore. And the Dragons will be forced to drop out from under their own post. Good variation in play there from the Tongan centre. Leigh are having a good spell of pressure in this present sequence, and they really need to turn it into points. Vicoso takes it straight back. Good defence though by the Dragons once more. Quigley onto Liku. Liku's brought down by Levine along with Bruce. Now it's Brown out to Mason. Well, the pass was forced unnecessarily in the end by Daniel. Purtill wasn't ready for it. Chance is lost, and head and ball will go the Dragons' way. So Green to feed again. This looks as though this could be a close contest this afternoon. Makes the scrum count 4-3 now in the Dragons' favour. Full-back Moore can't find a way through the Leigh defence. Leigh have got a player down injured. Referees allowing the game to continue. Adcroft's fit to resume. So now here comes Green once again, on to Sewell. It's a fine tattle low down by Perigord. Now it's Bruce on the charge. Solid tattling by Daniel. Quigley wraps the Dragons player up. Andrew Ballot to play the ball. Kick comes in, that's a good one. Splits the centre and the wingman. In fact, David Lyon will just let it go over the in-goal area. Leigh will bring it back to the quarter line for the tap. And Leigh are going to bring Tauliku off. 26 minutes into this game. Tauliku goes off. And Dean Conway makes his first team debut as Perigord drives it into the tattle from Crimes. Quigley now on to Kane. Takes 3 men to stop the second row. Leigh midway between halfway and their own quarter line. By Corso. Stopped by Young's tattle. Quigley now moves it on to Ball. Ball skips past Sewell, but not Levine. Quigley again now on to Mason. Not the best of passes, finds Adcroft. He gets away from one. Mason throws it away. He wasn't happy with the tattle from Crimes. Brown recovers the situation for Leigh and takes them on. Stopped by Sewell's tattle. So Quigley now back to Lyon for the kick. But it goes straight to full-back Moore. He'll bring it straight back for Doncaster. Chased by Cheetham. It's Doncaster back in possession with Goulburn now. Cheetham makes the stop again. Conway launching himself into the action. Good defence from Quigley on Levine. So Green now, can he inspire these Dragons to something? Not with tackling like that from Rob Ball, he won't. Chappell moves it out now to Carlisle, on to Coult. Good ball, finds Roach. Good Leigh defence as well. And Mason is penalised and is not happy. Doesn't accept the referee's decision. And Leigh are lucky not to concede a second penalty 10 metres further back. Well, the ball certainly was on the ground. Mr. Asquith says that Leigh gained the possession unfairly. And so it'll be Chappell with the tap. Bruce on the charge. It's a good 10 metres, so just outside the home quarter. Chappell now hands it on to Sewell again. So play just inside the home quarter now with Green. Certainly a move on here from the Dragons. Get the ball away. Well, that will certainly look forward. The referee, attention has been brought to the touch by the touch judge. The ball was well forward from my position. Mr. Asquith was prepared to let things continue. But the touch judge brings them back, and Leigh will scrum it on their own quarter. Brown comes up with the possession onto Mason, to Adcroft. It's right bust past Carlisle. Carlisle stands his ground well. Now Daniel for Leigh. Well, looked like two swinging arms on that occasion for Paul Daniel. Leigh will get their 8th penalty of the game. So David Lyon with the relieving kick now for the Centurions. The game finds touch on halfway. First man in is Conway now. Gets a good ball out in the tattle as well to Brown. Brown forced back inside by the harassing of Chappell. So Perigord now takes it up. Good defence from Crimes. And you've got to move it away from the rocks quicker than they are doing. Ball looks for space, held up by Bruce. Quigley now to Brown, on to Mason. Mason finds Vike also. He somehow gets the ball away to Cheetham. Cheetham looks to ghost past players. Forced back inside, bounces off Young, runs into Sewell. Quigley goes now to Mason. Fine ball, that looks high on. The ball has been stolen as well. Leigh have got the possession back though. And another high tackle comes in. And Mr. Asquith has got to do something about this. Dean Conway was the recipient that time. Andrew Sewell was the man doing the tackling. Mr. Asquith now talks to both Sewell and his skipper Carlisle. The penalties 9-5 in this first half so far. We've still got 8 minutes remaining. Firm warning for Andrew Sewell from the match official. So Lyon finds touch inside the visitors' quarter line. Now first man in is Kane. Good surge. Held up by the 2 second rowers. Perigord takes it up this time. Well, the position's there now for the Centurions. Can they work some move? It's with Brown. On to Daniel. Good defence though by Levine. Now with Brown. On to Lyon. Lyon skips past one. Carries Chappell on his back. Well, the scrambling Dragons defence gets across once more. Leigh on the last tackle. Well, the kick from Quigley wasn't a good one. Straight into the waiting arms of a Doncaster player. And then Leigh penalised. Going over the top. John Moore was the man making the save. So that's 15 penalties now in this first half. Bruce leads the charge for the Dragons. Gets outside his quarter line before he's stopped. There's Young. Dragons looking to make a substitution. They're taking Levine off. So now the Dragons with their skipper Carlisle on to Coult. He gets a good ball out, but it's dropped. The free will bring them back. In fact, he's given offside against Doncaster. Penalty number 10 for the Centurions, and penalty number 11 quickly follows. Well, Howard Roberts has come on for the Dragons as Leigh get ever closer to the Dragons try line. Now with Brown. Well, Leigh get the ball back. The referee says 6 more. Leigh need to capitalise on this though. Brown just loses his way on that occasion. Good Dragons defence once more. No way through for Conway. Quigley now to Mason. Daniel takes it in, stopped by his opposite number, Crimes. Leigh have got to make this pressure tell before the half-time interval. Ball now, tries to spin in the tackle, wrapped up man and ball. Good defence this, it's from the Dragons. Kick comes in. It's back to Vicoso. The kick was put in. It did come off the Doncaster player, although I don't think he made a play for it, so I think it'll be head and ball to the Dragons. Match officials have a consultation. And we've 5.5 minutes of the half remaining. Well, he's given it to Leigh. I must say, I didn't think the Doncaster player had much chance to play that ball. Leigh have a man injured at the moment, receiving treatment. It's Alex Kane. He's fit to resume though. So Leigh will scrum it just 10 metres out. So they win the possession. Mason now. Ball still moving. Mason's dragged into touch though. Good defence again from the Dragons. A flare up between Mason and the Dragons player. So Leigh naturally disappointed that they didn't get over from that position. The referee will speak to the two players concerned. In fact, he's speaking to both captains as well. We've had 17 penalties in this first half, which is a lot of penalties. We usually get that in a full match. Now the referee's laying the law down to both sides. Haven't seen any yellow or red cards as yet. Yet another penalty. This time it goes the Dragons' way. And the relieving kick takes the Dragons just outside their own quarter line. So Bruce brings it in now. It's good defence by Leigh. Chappell hands it on to the substitute Roberts. Good run from the substitute. Howard Roberts takes play into the Leigh half of the field. Chappell now on to Green. The long ball finds Carlisle. Ball bounces kindly on that occasion. Goes all the way through to Roach. But Vicoso makes the chase and stop. 3 minutes remain of this first half. Still a scoreline of Centurions 4, the Dragons 2. Play on halfway. Here comes Green once more. Looks for a runner. No dummies taken there by Kane. Kick comes in. That's a fine one. Finds touch 15 metres short of the Leigh try line. But Leigh will have the head and ball. It's been a much improved performance by the Centurions after last week's humbling at Chorley. Oh, Brown feeds the scrum. Purtill comes up with the possession. No way through. Mason behind the play of the ball now. Brings in Daniel. Daniel makes good yardage. Thinks 3 men to stop him, but he makes 15 metres. Quigley goes from acting half-back. Tries to scooter under the defence. Well stopped by Bruce in the end. Brown now hands it on to Adcroft. Adcroft's got 5 metres. Interference by the Dragons player. Touch to John on the far side as well. Referee will speak to the visiting player. And it's another stern warning from Mr. Asquith. How many more is he going to give? He speaks to the guilty party, who is the Doncaster skipper Brendan Carlisle. So Leigh fine touch. They're 25 metres out. Can they get anything before the break? Perigord leads the first charge. It's now with Brown. Good run from Conway. No one backing him up though. It's now with Brown. On to Mason. Back to Brown. On to Ball. Good defence from Ballot. Adcroft forced to take them on. So back to Ball. It's good defence from Crimes and Goldburn this time. Quigley now to Brown. On to Mason. Leigh have worked the overlap. David Lyons through the gap. Is he over? I think he is. I think the skipper has made it. The try is given. I make it 15 seconds before the interval. David Lyon is the try scorer, and the Centurions now lead by 8 points to 2. So Leigh have got the score they wanted at this vital time of the first half, just before the break. The big plus for Leigh in this first half has been the fact that they've kept Doncaster to no tries whatsoever. Just a penalty goal from Tony Chappell. Not for the pressure Leigh have had. One would have expected more points in this first half. Purtill launches a big kick, but he's just short once again. So we're into added time at the end of this first 40 minutes. A reminder that it's a Division 2 fixture. And it's a scoreline now of Leigh Centurions 8 points, Doncaster Dragons 2. So we're back on halfway with Sean Brown and the restart. Carlisle takes that one, looks for a runner, finds the substitute Roberts. As the hooter goes to bring to an end the first 40 minutes, which sees Leigh ahead by 6 points at the interval. It's a half-time scoreline in this Division 2 fixture here at Hilton Park of Leigh Centurions 8 points, Doncaster Dragons 2. Please stay with us for the second half.
Leigh Centurions Rugby League Club would like to extend its sincere thanks to all today's match sponsors. The club's main sponsors are Asda, whose superstore in Leigh is situated directly across Atherley Way from Hilton Park. Today's match sponsors are Keegan's Opticians of 20 Market Street, Leigh, and our match ball sponsors are the Casa Bruno Italian Restaurant of Charlie New Road, Horwich in Bolton. Today's programme sponsors are Bausch & Lomb, Eyewear Division UK Limited of London Road, Kingston upon Thames in Surrey. And our video sponsors are also Bausch & Lomb, Vision Care UK Limited, also of London Road, Kingston upon Thames in Surrey. We hope the people that have journeyed up from London for this afternoon's game have a good afternoon with the club. Today's mascot is Daniel Atkinson. Daniel is 8 and attends St Peter's Junior School. His main interests are going to the Cubs and playing sports. His favourite players are Towlicue and Tim Street. And Daniel recently won the Centurions Classroom Logo competition, and being mascot today is Daniel's prize. We hope that Daniel has a good afternoon with us as well.
And as referee David Asquith from York comes out for the second half of this afternoon's Division 2 fixture. On behalf of your cameraman Mike Speakman, this your match commentator Derek Disley, reminding you of the half-time scoreline, which reads the Leigh Centurions 8 points, the Doncaster Dragons 2. First half tries for Leigh from Alan Mason and David Lyon. Doncaster's points coming from a Tony Chappell penalty. So the referee waits for the band to finish playing, and then we can get the second half underway. So finally, Mr. Asquith gets the second half underway. Mike also takes that one from the kickoff. Leigh will be open to start this second half the way they ended the first. Conway takes it up, shrugs off the first attempted tackler, who was Sewell. Quigley now tries to launch Perigo. Good defence though by Bruce. It's time they're on his ball. Tattlers Ballot and Carlisle on this occasion. Leigh 6 or 7 metres short of halfway. Quigley goes from acting half-back, no way through on the last tattle. Brown gets it back to Mason for the kick. Kick splits the full-back and the winger. Moore lets it drift to him, and then Vicorso gets to tattle him, and the Dragons are back in possession inside their own quarter. So Roach is first man in from acting half-back. Chappell behind the play the ball. And the short side to the substitute Roberts. Chappell down the short side again to Bruce. That's a good tattle there coming in from Alex Kane once again. Green now on to Carlisle. Carlisle's short ball finds Young. The Leigh tattlers up to it once more. Carlisle offered the dummy, Leigh didn't take it. We're on the last tattle once more. Kick comes in from Green. Oh, good kick and take by David Leigh. Tries to launch Andy Cheetham. Andy Cheetham on a run. Good defence from full-back Moore. Good run from Cheetham. Vicorso behind the play of the ball. On to Brown now. Mason. Handcroft gets the pass out to Purtill. Purtill does well to take that one. He's held up in the end. And three men try to drag him in. Well, the ball's loose. Leigh keep it moving. 25 metres out. Mason now to Brown. The long ball finds Kane. Kane looks to take them on. Skips inside one. Out to Lyon. The defence is there with Roach. Leigh within 10 metres again. Vicorso takes them on. Stopped a couple of metres short. A quick play the ball, and it's a try once again for skipper David Lyon. That's just what Leigh wanted. Three minutes into the second half, and Leigh have got just the start they wanted. David Lyon, skipper this afternoon of the Centurions, gets his second try of the game. He scored just on the half-time interval, and he scored just after the half-time break. Ian Purtill waits for the sand. The referee stops the clock. And it was the run from Cheetham that set up the position. Leigh seemed to have lost the momentum of the movement over on the far side, but Purtill somehow kept the ball on the move. And Leigh have moved it the width of the field for David Lyon to get his second try of the afternoon. 6 for the season now for Lyon. Just one behind leading try scorer Alan Mason, who's Leigh's other try scorer, of course, in the first half. So Purtill yet to find the direction with the boot so far this afternoon. Just outside the quarter line, 10 metres in from this touchline. Well, if it's got the distance, it's certainly got the direction, and in the end it had both, and Leigh stretched their advantage to 12 points. Team Purtill's conversion makes it a scoreline now of the Centurions 14 points, the Dragons 2. So it's Sean Brown back on halfway with the restart. Well, he got good distance on that. Substitute Roberts mistimed it. It went over his head. And the Dragons will have to drop out from behind their own posts. So things going Leigh's way at last. So the drop kick finds David Lyon 40 metres out. He hands it on to Vicorso, who slips inside, stopped by Bruce's tattle. Now Conway takes it up, good defence from Sewell. But Leigh looking to kill this one off now. Brown finds Perigord. Perigord shrugs one off. Held up by Green's Tattle. Leigh within 10 metres once again of that Dragon's try line. Inside ball to Mason. Good defence. And I think Leigh will be penalised for not playing the ball correctly. Alan Mason claiming interference. So a first penalty of the second half. A reminder that we had 19 in the first. 12-7 the penalties were in Leigh's favour, and scrums were 6-4. Also in Leigh's favour. So Bruce now takes it up for the Dragons. Gets over the quarter line. Conway's in on the stop, along with Quigley. Same two make the stop. This time Quigley's pulled out, I think, for a high tattle. He doesn't agree with it. Keep them down, says Mr. Asquith. Despite the fact we've had 21 penalties, he's never looked like going for a card from his pocket. Well, the ball goes over the stand and we don't appear to have another one. So, as usually happens, we get one from either side and we finish up with two. So eventually play gets underway. Sewell drives it in, stopped just short of halfway. Well, that's not the best of passes. Good foot control though from Young. Picks up the pieces for the Dragons. Leads the charge back. Now it's Green. Onto Carlisle. Look for a move here with loose forward Crimes. Now it's Sewell on the charge. Good half break. Well, the ball's thrown forward in the end. The pass was forced. Leigh will get head and ball at the scrum. So we'll have our first scrum of this second half. Well, Neil Barron's looking to come on once again. No one's ready to go off, so Leigh get the possession from the scrum. Almost a high tattle by Crimes, withdrew it at the last second. Now Kane looks to bring it up. Good defence from Sewell and Carlisle, but Leigh moving forward. Daniel now tries to step inside, but Crimes cuts his route off. Perigord will take it up. Good run, but no one in support again. So Sean Brown now tries to put Adcroft through the gap. Good defence from Ballot and good play coming in from Adcroft as he holds on, but the kick from Brown is not a good one. Drifts over the dead ball line. Doncaster will take it back to their own quarter. So what have the Dragons got to offer in this second half? They find themselves 12 points behind. Here comes John Bruce, the number 8. And Leigh are penalised for offside. Well, I would have said that John Bruce had run a good 10 metres before Leigh attempted to tattle him. Now here comes Young on the charge. The ball is dropped. David Lyon will bring it back for the Centurions. Onto ball. Well, was that not high? No, says the referee. Well, Mason now. The long ball across to Vicoso. No way through for Cheetham. Good defence from Roach. Gets a second bite, gets away with it. Quigley takes it up. So Licker has come back to replace Perigord now. That looked like a high attempt on Mason. And in the end, Leigh get a penalty out of it. So once again, the penalties flowing thick and fast in this Division 2 fixture. David Lyon finds touch on the Doncaster quarter line. Fistman in his Licker. Leigh 12 metres out. Quigley gets it on to Brown. Conway leads the charge. And Bruce has gone off as well for the Dragons. Here comes Brown, the inside ball. Leigh drops the ball in the tackle. Good defence from Sewell. Chance lost again for Leigh. Penalty again. Well, it's been a real stop-start affair here this afternoon. Roberts overruns that one, but here's the other substitute. Barron coming into it now. Now Roberts once more. Skips away from the first attempted tackle. Stopped short of halfway. Chappell now. Out to Green, onto Carlisle, to Colt. Great defence, but a good link up by Moore. Inside ball. And it's a fine try for Carlisle, or is it? The try is given. Great support play from the Doncaster skipper, Brendan Carlisle. 12 minutes into the second half before the Dragons get their first try of the game. Skipper Brendan Carlisle is the try scorer. And they come back into this one. It's now a scoreline of the Centurions 14, the Dragons 6. There's a conversion from Tony Chappell to follow. Well, the Dragons show that they've got fire in their bellies. That was a good link-up. The initial break was made by Colt. Muatuki Tom handed it inside to Carlisle, and he turned to the Leigh defence inside out to scramble over by the pulse. So now Tony Chappell, second attempt of the afternoon. Leigh look as though they're going to replace Sean Brown with Jason O'Loughlin. No mistake from Chappell. It's a scoreline now at Hilton Park of Leigh Centurions 14 points, the Doncaster Dragons 8, and we got 27.5 minutes to go. Well, Brown appeared to be holding his arm when he went off to me. He's had bad luck with arm injury since coming to Leigh from Salford. I hope it's nothing serious this afternoon. Well, Cheetham takes it in the end for the Centurions. It's over the quarter line, takes the tackle. There's his side, time to regroup. Leigh now takes it up, shrugs off one, throws away a loose pass, picked up by Doncaster. Well, Doncaster suddenly have got their tails up. Chappell's wrapped up by O'Loughlin. Just 6 points the difference at the moment. It's Carlisle now. Lost his way there. Couldn't find a runner. Took the tackle from Daniel. Now it's Green. Gets it back to Carlisle. He moves it on to Colt. He's stopped by Leigh in centre field. Now down the short side to Young again. Kane makes a good stop for the Centurions. Sewell will take it on. Ball is the tackler this time for Leigh. On the last one indicates the match official, Mr. Asquith. Chappell puts the kick in. Well, the ball's loose. What is the referee's decision? It's certainly going to be a scrum. 20 metres in. And Leigh get the head and ball. Well, there certainly appeared to be a Leigh hand got to that high ball. The home supporters won't be complaining as O'Loughlin feeds the scrum. Leigh come up with their second scrum of this second half. Well, very quickly with Doncaster. Caught offside. Leigh get their second penalty this second half. David Leigh will go for touch. And Leigh were caught offside in front of the kicker. Unbelievable that by the Leigh three-quarters. We know they want to get on with things quickly. But that's poor professionalism by the Centurions. And they, of course, concede head and ball at the scrum. So Carlisle now feeds the scrum. And it's the first scrum of the half for the Dragons. Colt comes into the line. Moore behind the play of the ball. Drops the ball. Leigh come up with it. So both sides squandering opportunities at the moment. Vicorso now runs at the heart of this Dragons defence, but they've tattled well this afternoon of Doncaster. Leigh takes them on now. Quigley spins out of the tattle. That's another 5 metres from it. Lyon now out onto Mason. Mason shrugs one off, puts David Lyon through. O'Loughlin finds his way, keeps it going to Quigley. Good defence from Crimes in the end. On the last one, indicates the referee. Well, David Lyon puts the short one in. Well taken though by Roach, but Leigh are given offside, says the referee. Well, home supporters not happy with Mr. Asquith's performance this afternoon. That's penalty number 20. Here comes Barron now. Good defence from Vicorso. Chappell now on to Sewell. Vicorso makes the stop again. Chappell now is now on to substitute Roberts. He's tackled by Mason. Green now on to Carlisle. Move it well to Young. And he stopped almost on the centre spot. Now, good move here. With Chappell again. Good defence coming in though from Vicorso. Green goes again. Puts the kick in. Lyon takes it the second attempt. Then takes the tattle from Crimes. Cheetham looks to clear his lines. And the Dragons make the stop right in front of the Leigh post. Leigh will look to clear. And Doncaster beginning to apply the pressure now. So can Rob Ball clear the lines for the home side? Well, he gets over the quarter line. That's a good relieving run from Ball. Well, Conway didn't drop it. It hit his foot, said the referee. So O'Loughlin now looks to take on this Dragons defence. Good ball to Daniel. He's tackled by Green. Mason puts the boot in. Finds a good touch inside the Doncaster quarter. We'll scrum it just over 10 metres from the Dragons try line. Centurions clinging to this 6-point advantage. Just coming up to the 3-quarter mark. 20 minutes remain here at Hilton Park. They're looking for victory number 3 of the season. Carlisle comes up with the possession. Good clearing run from Goulburn. Doncaster look to get on with it quickly. Good defence by Lyon. Well, did he get up to play that one? Certainly didn't. But he gets away with it. So now Alex Green taking it up once more for Doncaster. Stands in the tattle. And the penalty is given for ball pinching. So that's 6 penalties to 2 now in Carlisle's favour. Doncaster's favour. It's Carlisle is the Doncaster skipper, of course. Now here comes Leigh taking it up. He's come on to replace Young. So down the short side with Roberts. Well, will the referee allow play on this time? Certainly will. Purtill looks to bring it back. One supporters trying to get behind their side. Here comes Daniel on the charge. Forced back inside. Good defence from Leigh. Kane now takes it up. Quigley's behind the play the ball. On to Mason. To O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin dodging and weaving. Can't find space up centre field. Stopped by Lake's tackle in the end. Now here comes ball on the charge. Leigh 30 metres out, but they're on the last one. Quigley to Mason. Oh, and Mason's poleaxe long after that kick was put in. Long after the kick was put in. Well, none of the match officials have gone to that one. That was very late and very deliberate. Leigh want to get on with it quickly, but the referee is going to speak to someone. He's going to his back pocket for a card. We'll have to see what colour the card is. It's yellow. 10 minutes for David Crimes in the sin bin. So Leigh will get the penalty. And Dean Purtill will go for goal. Try and give Leigh a bit of a cushion. Well, the next 10 minutes should be vital for Leigh with the one-man advantage. There's now the chance for them to put it beyond reach. All Leigh players are standing in front of the kick. Finally they get behind the kicker, and Dean Purtill will look for 2 more points for the Centurions. 14-8 to score at the moment. So Purtill, just the 1 goal to his credit so far this afternoon. That looks like number 2. Oh no! It drifts just wide of the post. And Leigh, good play from Alan Mason, following up. Tattles Coult behind his own try line. And forces Doncaster to drop out from behind their own post. So, 16 minutes to go. Still 6 points the difference. Ficoso will bring it straight back. Leigh 25 metres out. What they give for 6 points from this position. Liku on the charge, shrugs one off. Gets the ball out to Adcroft. Adcroft skips past one. Takes it to within 10 metres of that Dragons try line. O'Loughlin now onto Mason. Good hands here. Oh, try time, Paul Daniel. Superb, backing up by Leigh. They made the extra man count. That was the try Leigh were looking for. Paul Daniels' 5th of the season. It's Leigh's 4th of the afternoon. And it takes the Centurions up to an 18 points to 8 advantage. And Purtill has the conversion to follow. So at last the Centurion supporters have something to shout about. Dean Purtill now will attempt the conversion. Well, that came really from Alan Mason following up Purtill's last kick at goal, making the tattle on Mick Coult behind the try line, and Leigh getting the ball back from the dropout. So Leigh, instead of getting 2 points from the Purtill penalty, I've managed 4 so far, and Purtill will now try to make it 6. Curls that one in nicely. Dean Purtell's second goal of the afternoon makes it a scoreline now here at Hilton Park of Leigh Centurions 20 points, Doncaster Dragons 8. So it's now Alan Mason with the restart back on halfway. It's that one high in the air, safely taken by Green. Stopped on his own quarter line. Good defence from Liku and Conway. Backwards, says the referee, not a knock on by Roberts. So now another substitute, Leigh, taking it up, and home supporters really getting behind their side now. Next week they have the league leaders Hulkingston Rovers here. Well, that looked well forward to Sewell. The referee allows play to continue. The Dragons not throwing the towel in by any stretch of the imagination. Carlisle now gets it at the... Well, there'll be 6 more for Alex Green. Well, Loughlin made the tackle. Now it's outside to Lake. Mason makes the stop. Just remember, Doncaster are a man down. It's a great tackle by Quigley. Chappell now on to Green, to Carlisle. Well, the referee calls them back for a knock-on. So 12 points to the good, the Centurions. 12 minutes of the match remaining. Leigh will have head and ball at the scrum. So Loughlin gets it, Purtell comes into the line. Takes the tackle in the end. Daniel will take it up now for the Centurions. It's away from Sewell. Stopped 5 metres short of halfway. Quigley goes from acting half-back. Stopped by his opposite number, Chappell. So now Liku on the charge. Still going, fine run from Liku. Gets it back. Well, Loughlin appeared to be tackled without the ball, but Leigh was slow to get to that. Bit of a wild pass really from Liku, but he wanted to keep the movement going. Good tackling from Kane and Conway. So Coult now. It's a good ball out to Green. Mason makes the stop. Roberts now to Coult. Well, on the wing is the prop forward Bruce. Leigh's Harris in defence, gets quickly to wingman Roach, and another loose pass to no one in particular. Well picked up by fullback Moore, but Leigh certainly appear to have the upper hand at the moment. Don't want to give away any silly penalties. Kick comes in from Green. Drives David Lyon back. Ball drifts out of play. Leigh settled for the header ball at the scrum, 10 metres out. So it'll be a Loughlin to feed the scrum. Scrum's 3-2 in Leigh's favour in this second half. Referee stops the clock. The Leigh player receiving treatment. Referee Asquith goes to check. Well, Leigh would be hoping for another 6 points to try and wrap this one up. We are inside the last 10 minutes. Alex Kane limps back into the fray. Well, Leigh lose the ball at the scrum, and it's a try in the corner for Alex Green. The referee got in the way of Jason O'Loughlin. Leigh complained bitterly to Mr. Asquith. He's not interested. The try is given. Leigh just can't believe their luck on that one. Comes with 9 minutes remaining, so the pressure's not off yet. 20 points to 12, and this is a vital kick. A vital conversion attempt from this near touchline by Tony Chappell. A conversion would put them once again within a converted try of the Leigh total. So Chappell has 2 goals to his credit so far this afternoon. What a vital one that is, but it's just short. It had the direction. But it's now a scoreline at Hilton Park. The Centurions 20 points, the Dragons 12, and 7 minutes remain. So we're back on halfway. Tony Chappell with the restart. Leigh just let it go out of play, but we all remember what happened at the last scrum. So another substitution coming on the Doncaster side. Andrew Young's coming back. Right. Well, it may well be Crimes coming back out of the sin bin, I think. So we're back to 13 aside now. So Leigh now takes it up for the Centurions. Sewell stands his ground well then. Did he throw a punch then at Leigh? No, says the match officials. That looked high again. Well, a penalty to Leigh for ball pinching. 2 men in on the tattle. Alan Mason trying to slow things down. David Leigh will just kick for touch. Leigh must get behind the kick this time. So Leigh will tap it about 8 metres inside their opponent's half. Now, first man in is Leigh. Shrugs off Ballot's attempted tattle. Now Conway on the charge. Another good run. Takes Leigh up to the quarter line. Barron was the tattler. Ball gets another attempt. 3 good surges from Leigh. Move it wide now. In fact, it's Kane as tries to run through them. Well, there's been 4 good runs from Leigh. They elect for the drop goal. And Alan Mason gets the 1 extra point. It's his 2nd drop goal of the season. Gives Leigh that extra 1 point advantage. They now lead by 9 points. And just 5 minutes remaining as Leigh goes off again and Perigord comes back. So Mason with the restart for the Centurions. Green will bring it back. Well, in fact, it's full-back Moore. That's good chase by Leigh. Daniel and Perigord with the tattlers, but it's now Sewell bringing it up for the Dragons. It's a substitute Barron taking it up. Got to score twice if they're going to pull this one round Doncaster. Leigh have got another player down injured, so they're down to 12 at the moment. Great tattle by Mason on Chappell. Coult goes from acting half-back. Leigh run away from him. Mason makes the stop again. Crimes now onto Green to Chappell. Oh, that was well forward to Levine. Well, the skipper David Lyon has been given the man of the match as Leigh get the second turnover of the afternoon. Quigley now on to Perigo. Leigh looking to bring David Ingram on now. Daniel takes it up, runs into Bruce's tattle. Adcroft limps off, David Ingram comes on. Quigley tries to scoot away from acting half-back. Leigh 40 metres out. Laughlin brings in Perigo. Oh, a fine break by Perigo. It's a good ball out to Cheetham. Cheetham's inside ball is on the deck. Perigo recovers it. Leigh 10 metres out. Now Quigley out to O'Loughlin. To Mason. Finishes up with Conway, who takes it straight back. Swinging arm comes in from Levine again. Not another drop goal attempt. Mason gets it out to Ficoso, out to Cheetham, and Cheetham slides in at the corner. Leigh sucked the defence in when they offered the drop goal from Mason. Then they spread it wide. And Andy Cheetham, this time it does count. His first try of the season. And Leigh are home and dry now. That's their third league victory of the campaign. Next week they entertain the league leaders Hull Kingston Rovers, and this will put them in good heart for that match. Just over 2 minutes remaining. 25 points to 12 the scoreline. 13 points the difference. But Leigh are home and dry now. And Dean Purtell will attempt the conversion from this near touchline. 2 goals so far this afternoon. And it's the 5 Leigh tries that has won them this match. 2 of those from man of the match and skipper this afternoon, David Lyon. Certainly led by example. Purtell gets it up in the air, but it's short of pace. We move into the last minute of normal time of this Division 2 fixture. Centurions 25, the Dragons 12. So David Hill comes on, which means all the substitutes have been used this afternoon. So Alan Mason restarts, and what have the Dragons got to offer in these closing minutes? David Hill quickly in on the action, makes his second tattle. So now it's Bruce on the charge. All academic now. The game is beyond the Dragons. Roberts goes from acting half-back. Pike also hangs on. Cheetham completes the stop. Colt is behind the play of the ball. Green now onto Chappell. Inside ball, finds substitute Lidbury. He stopped 5 metres short of halfway. Now Belloc taking Leon on the outside, but it's on the last tattle again. It's another turnover for the Centurions. Daniel takes the tattle. We're into added time now. Well, David Hill takes that one up. It's his first touch of the game. Perigo now. Perigo's had a good game in his first match back. Quigley now, out to O'Loughlin. to Conway. He gets to his feet rather gingerly. Well, that's been charged down. The referee will bring them back for the knock-on. Dean Conway still on the ground, needs treatment. We've got a full minute of added time so far at the end of this fixture. Conway's fit to continue though, and it'll be O'Loughlin to feed the scrum. So can Leigh finish with a flourish? Referee not happy. Quigley wasn't in the scrum. So Leigh come up with the possession. No way through though for Daniel as the hooter goes to bring to an end what has certainly been Leigh's best performance of the season. They've beaten Doncaster here by 25 points to 12. Tries, 2 from David Lyon, 1 each from Alan Mason, Paul Daniel and Andy Cheetham. Dean Purtill added 2 goals and Alan Mason completed the scoring with a drop goal. For the visitors, a try each for Brendan Carlisle and Alex Green, with Tony Chappell adding 2 goals. So on behalf of your cameraman Mike Speakman, the show match commentator Derek Disley saying a final goodbye from Hilton Park, and a reminder of this afternoon's scoreline. It finished Leigh Centurions 25 points, Doncaster Dragons 12.